What's crackling, guys? Welcome back to leg day 2. Again, new wave, new exercises. So as you can see, we're starting right here, barbell RDL. 2 sets of 8, followed by 2 sets of 4 here. And then we got hack squats, seated hamstring curls, leg press, and then lying hamstring curls. And that'll be the workout today. Woke up this morning, 235.2, so we haven't gained a pound since yesterday. Oh, I would say since Wednesday. Haven't gained a pound since Wednesday. So, like I said, things are working. So, kid, of course, we got the food challenge today. Again, at the In and Out. If you're familiar from California, Houston, it's only 2 locations. I know that carries them, so I'll be doing that there. Again, 10 cheeseburgers, 3 animal style fries, and 2 milkshakes. I forgot to start my watch. Do this about 30 seconds here. So that is the challenge. So already right now, I have my pre-workout meal. Of course, it's a little bit different than what I normally have. So I have a protein shake and then 3 cups of fruit there. So that's my pre-workout. Then I have my breakfast meal, my 4 eggs, 3.5 ounces of beef, and 7 ounces of rice after my workout. And then I'll be playing soccer, so kind of see how hungry I am. If I'm like starving, I'll probably have like my smoothie and that'll be it, because I'm thinking about doing In and Out around 4 or 5. So it gives me about 4 or 5 hours to, prime myself ready going into the challenge. Two sets of 4 here. It's been a minute since I've done RDLs. Starting off with RDLs. So I'll be curious to see what to expect weight-wise. Coming out through this phase. Because as you know, I've done RDLs on leg day 1 and my second block. So it'll be interesting to see as time goes on, see how much weight I can really pull with it being the first block. Yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited for this challenge. I think I have high faith. Going into it, because I've done something similar like that last year. But again, I've done 6 double doubles. So again, it's like 4 less patties, but 8 extra buns. So it really just cancels out. So again, people always ask me like, do you know how you're gonna do it? Or do you know like, what's the game plan? To be honest, I really don't. Again, whether it comes to any unknown journey, you really don't know what to expect or you don't know what really to do in a sense. You can come up with different game plans, but it's like when you're in that moment, you just do what's gonna be best for you, right? And you're just gonna do what you think you can handle and think what's gonna be a great combination. So for me, when I go into these challenges, I pretty much, I won't say wing it, but again, at the time, I just don't know what to expect with it. I just know it's like, maybe like, last time, like for example, let's say when I did the 6,000 calories worth of McDonald's, maybe I ate all the burgers first, not the fries. I might switch it. I might eat to the fries first, and then I might go to the burgers. And then in between, I might do the fries, at the halfway point between the burgers, and then go for the burgers. But again, there's so many different ways you can do it. There's so many different ways you can plan it. So again, I just really don't know. It just depends what I'm really feeling. It just depends on what I think is going to be the best strategic for me. Whew. We got one more set here. That felt pretty good. I'll go 5 on this last one. But yeah, like I said, I'm super excited. It'd be interesting to see too, because like I said, I got soccer. Out there I train my client after this, and then we'll see how I do. Again, not much of a soccer player, not much of a fan, but I'll play and things like that because I enjoy it. Again, something towards fun to be in cardio. You get to hang out with people, socialize, have fun. So I score 1 goal last time I play. So my goal every time I go into soccer is at least score 1 goal. That's my goal every time, is 1 goal to score, and I'm happy with it. And I'll be shocking myself too, in a sense, because for people who know me, my coordination is not the greatest, I can tell you that. And it's really not. But like for me to like see myself kind of like improve as I keep playing and just like kind of like witness what I'll be kind of like, I'll be so unintentionally doing it, but people say, man, like you acting like you play. I was like, nah, I don't. But it's like, it's crazy to see like me improving as I keep playing on and things like that. So I kind of like that aspect. I kind of like that feeling too. Is like when you're not good at something, you always kind of get frustrated because you're so competitive, right? And you're always eager to learn, or you're always eager to develop and grow as an individual, right? So it's kind of unique to see, like, again, I'm nowhere close to like what the other guys are, but like for myself, coming from really like no background soccer to just doing it for fun, it's kind of interesting to see me kind of develop in somewhat sort of scales and things like that. Oh yeah, that's enough already on. Onto hack squats. Alright guys, so again, like I said before, we're going to do a different type of hack squat. Like I said, I like to change the variation every now and then, things like that too. Again, we've been using a blue pad for quite some time, so we're going to use the black pad, the V-bar squat, right? Now a lot of times too, I haven't gotten any weight on because I want to show you this before, is the common mistake I see a lot of people do is they push their hips back, right? There's nothing wrong doing that. If you want to push some weight, I mean, by all means, you still get the feeling, but you want to get the most out of your feeling with your quads, and you still want to push your weight the right way, this is how you want to do it. So a lot of times, a lot of people like to go the other way. I won't advise you doing so, because just the way the hip and ankle range of motion, like the angler is just not optimal. So you won't kind of be facing this way. So how I kind of like to do it is when I'm facing this way, is when you're coming down, Again, what a lot of times too, what people do is they push back and come back up. That's not what you necessarily want to do. So when you come down in this position, all you want to do is you want to push straight back up here. And what you want to do also is you want to let your knees drive as far forward as possible. Then you sink down. So again, the only way you come back up is pushing straight up to the ceiling, right? So again, you don't want to come down and you don't want to push back up because it's going to take the tension on the quads. Again, when you calm down, let these knees fall forward and then push yourself up. So it's kind of a tip I want to show you because I know a lot of gyms got these types of V-bar squats. So you want to try to get the most out of your quads, get the blown up, looking like tree trunks. That's the way to do it. All right, we got 5 sets today here. Again, what I kind of showed you earlier, that's how I like to do this type of movement. Again, you don't need much weight with this. Again, weight will come over time, but really, you try and focus on form technique. Again, like I said, like you can feel the deep stretch of the entire quad at the bottom position. And you can feel the deep contraction as you're coming up. So, like I said, I know a lot of gyms have this. I know a lot of gyms like, and again, it's not the people's fault, you know. They see what's on there, they gotta do it. Nothing wrong with that. But like, when it comes to this, again, you don't want facing that way, because like I said earlier, just the way the, you know, the hips and the ankle align, it just doesn't, the angler just doesn't fit the description that well. So when you're facing this way, just like any other like hash squat you do, or like squats, any other case like that, is you can focus on getting hamstring the calves. So when it comes to that point, it's like, cool, you get full range of motion. Again, full range of motion helps when the muscle grows. And then we can focus on, again, coming towards the ceiling versus pushing the hips back. And the same thing too is why people like a lot of times don't feel when they're barbell squatting, because most of the times what they're doing is they're pushing the hips back to drive the weight up, as opposed to driving the weight straight up to the ceiling. So, you know, food for thought next time is when you go barbell squat, watch what your hips do. Are your hips more coming backwards, or are your hips more driving towards the ceiling? And that's going to be the difference maker right there to, you know, have more quad activation to not. Let me grab some tents here to add on. And for me, it's kind of bad minute since I use this variation. So there's nothing wrong, you know, starting at like a good moderate weight. Get yourself comfortable to it. And then once you feel comfortable, you can start pushing yourself with the weight, things like that. But like I said, after these 2 sets, after doing one like I'm showing you, I already feel my quads pumped already. And that's just after 2 sets, right? We still got 3 more. So again, give this a try. If you don't want to, hey, totally understand. You know, you do what you feel like is best for you. Because trust me, like there's some things like, there's gonna be things where I'm gonna like show you, demonstrate you. Well, again, it's worked for me. Well, again, it might not work for you. So just understand is like when you see other people do it, you know, it's all again trial and error. You try to find things that again fit your anatomy structure, right? Because a lot of times too, you know, I'm 6'3", right? So you might be a person that's like 5'7", right? Bigger difference, right? So for you, you probably can go a little bit more narrow on this part, as opposed to me, I could go a little bit wider. Because again, just the anatomy structure of my body is different as opposed to yours. But again, that's why you just, you know, what are tips or advice you know, you listen to, again, take it with a grain of salt that like, try it on your own, see if it works. If it doesn't, if you like the old way, what you're doing was better, stick to it and things like that. At the end, don't fix what's not broken. You can tweak it and things like that, see if it works in that way, but don't fix what's not broken. Damn, you're really feeling the rectus femoris for sure. Woo. Again, before, I was never really a big fan of this machine. Because again, like I was always doing, my mistake in the past was always doing it the opposite direction. And also too, when I would like do it facing forward, I push my hips back. But over time, as I learn, you know, and practice like the movement and things like that, I was like, okay, this machine is not so bad now. This machine, you can actually get very decent quad pump if it's done correctly. So that's why I was like I said, I could have hack squats like for like 4 or 5 phases in a row, right? But I can always interchange and always go in between the V-bar and between like the regular hack squat and things like that. So I like to have different options. I like to just kind of, you know, switch up every now and then too, to again just target a little bit differently, to get a different stretch, to get a different pump. Oh, baby, we got one more here. Whew. Oh yeah, I'm fucking blowing up right now. Ooh. We got 30 seconds. Last set here. What's the temperature? 58 degrees. Yeah, it kind of brings me back old memories. Working out in my garage gym during the COVID. Being like fucking 30, 40 degrees outside. And the garage being like colder than that. Especially with the barbells and the free weights. Yeah, it was a different story. But I always loved lifting in the cold. It's just a different feeling, you know? I might have to turn the fans on, to be honest. Alright, y'all, that's it for that. On to see hamstring curls. Alright guys, this is another way I want to show you how to do seated hamstring curls too. Because again, it's not the way to do hammies, but either hinging or extension. So if you or another gym doesn't have the handles where you can pull yourself forward, this is gonna be your next best thing, especially the gym I live and work at. We don't have this, so this is like the hack I like to do. So you might not be able to see it, but tie something to, you know, either a pole, a machine, whatever the case may be, to get a good position into it. And what I like to do is I like to hook it on the handle right here. So when I hop in, and the difference between, you know, how I've done in the past too, what you've seen, and what I'm going to show you, is going to create two different types of feeling for the hamstrings, especially when it comes to the seated. Because a lot of times too, you're seeing me do this where I'm extended, you know, push back. But here's another trick, another hack you can do. Again, if you have an old school type of machine like this, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get yourself in a position, take the band out, pull yourself forward, nice and tall. So it's gonna pull yourself forward, and you're able to get different contraction inside the hammies. So with this doing so, it's causing you not to kind of rock as you're coming down, things like that. So it takes the movement purpose out of the picture, and it just allows you to just work fully on the hamstrings, right? Take an example like a bicep curl, right? You're not trying to swing the arm. You're just trying to bring the forearm to the ceiling. So the same concept with the hamstrings. So there's something I want to show you in case you guys, again, if you got a hamstring curl that's very old school, and again, that doesn't have handles to allow yourself to pull yourself forward. So that's my hack and that's my trick when it comes to doing so on a seated hamstring curl and things like that. Again, I love doing different ways. I love doing different variations. You know, like I said, it gets a different type of feeling, things like that. So, but again, if you already have the machine that has the handles that you can pull yourself forward, you know, you don't have to worry about it. But you like guys like me that don't have it, that's gonna be the next best thing. For me, this is a nice position where I can just hook this up to a nice little pec deck, and I just stack the weight full stack so the thing doesn't slap me in the face, and we're good to go. Like I said, after that first day, I felt my hamstrings a lot right there. So again, you always want to buckle yourself up too. I know it's silly, but buckle yourself up because that's going to help position your pelvis to keep it in lock, so you're not fighting to keep yourself back the entire time. You can just focus on contracting through the hamstrings. So again, little tips here and there I like to show you guys. How I like to view things, how do I like to do things differently. All that sort of jazz, you know. So like I said, give it a try. You have an old machine or you come to a gym like this, and let me know your thoughts on it. We got 2 more sets of 10 here. 4 sets of 10 total. Oh, I forgot to mention this to you guys yesterday. Shit was hilarious. I was gonna go for a walk early in the morning, you know, after my breakfast. Yeah, I'm waiting for the elevator. It comes up, right? So I go in, I press the button. I notice I'm not moving. I'm like, did I just press my floor? Because sometimes I have a tendency to do that, right? So I press 1 again. I know it's like you press it, but the elevator's not moving. And at the same time too, the light isn't staying on either. So I'm like, oh shit. So I'm pressing the button to open the door. That shit ain't open either. So I'm like, there's no way I'm starting that morning off with being stuck in the elevator. And I was like, what are the odds of that, right? So I'm trying to open the door, right? I'm trying to use everything I can to really like squeeze my fingers in and just really try to open the door. I was able to open the first part, because again, you know, the elevator has like 2 doors. So I was able to open the first part to allow me to get to the second door. So I try to open the second door, but as I'm trying to open both the doors, it's not budging. So I'm like, oh, the hell. Of course, you got nothing to really crank it open. So I'm spamming the buttons. Of course, it's not working. So I've been like stuck in there for like 5 minutes in the elevator trying to figure out how I need to get out and things like that. All of a sudden, like, I'm just kind of waiting, thinking of what I need to do. And then I heard something kind of click. And so I went to try to open the doors again. And thankfully, the door was open after being like 7 minutes locked in the elevator. But I was like, man, that was gonna be some type of shit if I was gonna be fucking stuck in the elevator for longer than that, man. I was like, yeah, what a wild Friday morning start. I'm gonna have to get a tired band next time. We got 1 more set here. You know, I've never been really stuck in the elevator before. But I always see movies, you know, for them getting out and stuff like that. So of course my first initial response was like trying to open the door. And like, at first that shit wasn't opening. I was like, damn. And I was trying to press like the fire alarm or like the, code for, that get. I don't think so. I wasn't trying to do that. If anything, luckily I had my phone on me, so I could try to get some help first. And if I couldn't get out, then I just had to call, somebody to fucking get me unstuck. Thankfully, I wasn't like moving, going down, and then it just miraculously just stopped. Thankfully, I was like still on my floor. I was just like kind of trapped in there for like a brief moment, right? So I was like, huh. That was the first time ever getting stuck in the elevator. So that was a nice wild experience, I must say. Happened Friday morning. We got one more set here. And it's in my hamstrings. I'm feeling it with this variation right here. My hamstrings are fucking pumped right now. Alright, that's it for hamstring curls. On to leg press. Three sets of 12 here. I'm not going too heavy on leg press because I'm working on getting more range of motion. Yeah, try to get like my knees to the chest here. Again, to get that deeper stretch. And thankfully too, my body's allowed me to work on that range of motion, especially in being in this position. My hip flexors being so tight before, they're prohibiting me from doing so. But over time, you progress, you improve. It allows you to do so. Because a lot of times too, a lot of people just go from here to here. And it's like, cool, but you kind of not getting the most beneficial from, opposed to, again, the way the muscle grows and the way the muscle gets stronger is you load with weight and a deep stretch. So if you're a person that's coming to the gym but haven't seen any progress, you might have to look how you're doing your muscles, right? Are you're doing pull-ups, you only go 90 degrees, or you're getting that full stretch and full contraction. That's gonna be the difference between those two, from staying the same or growing. Holy shit. Ooh, fuck. Ooh. Oh, that's a hit different. Oh, that's a hit different. All right, we got one more set of 12 here. Next 40 seconds. This last set's gonna kill. I can guarantee you that. Whew. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, that shit hit different. That shit hit different. Oh, fuck. All right, on to the last one. Oh. It's kind of light up there. All right, last exercise. 4 sets of 15 here. And that'll be it. Tell you what, I'm already getting hungry. I'm gonna get a nice breakfast in. Then I'll train climb. I'll do grocery shop in between. And then I'll be doing soccer. Of course, it's gonna be a little nipply out there, you know, 40 degrees here in Houston. But, you know, the cold never bothered me anyway, huh? From being in the north, it doesn't really bother me. I just haven't been used to it. Especially if I live in Houston for, 4 years. You get more used to the humidity, the heat. I suppose when you're living in the north, you got used to the cold. So it's a little different. But as I took a couple days to get acclimated to it, right? Ooh. I'll tell you, the pump for next week for the legs, or and then this phase, it's gonna be different. Be more growth. Like I said, I'll see. Let me know what do you think my weight is gonna be after this food challenge. I'm thinking I might jump up to 239, about 4 pounds. The reason I say so is because a combination of like the food and then the sweets with the milkshake and plus the dairy too. I feel that's probably the thing I'm gonna notice more. Because like I said, dairy doesn't sit well with me, but I don't think it'd be too bad of an explosion. We'll just have to see and wait, wait and see. So, like I said, I think I have high faith because, I've done 6 double doubles, 2 fries, but 1 was animal style, 1 was regular, and 2 milkshakes before. So, we'll see, I'm excited, that's all I can say. I'm very excited. Am I going to be kind of anxious going into? Fuck yeah, I am. But that's a whole part of the game, right? Because you don't know what to expect. Again, I'm no competitive eating person. I just do this for my own stupidity, my own fun, my own, challenge of how big of my stomach capacity can be tolerable and things like that, right? But on the same side is, 4,000 calories. It's not even sticking with me. So I'm like, shit, I may complete it this time, right? And like, shit, I may have to go up in more calories, right? So we'll have to see. Almost there. So we just all have to see and wait. But like I said before, if your plan or your journey doesn't excite you and doesn't hey, you don't see the results that you're looking for, it's like you gotta think twice about it. You gotta think twice about what your plans is. You gotta think twice about how you want your journey to be. Cause for me, shit, dude, I'm waking up every day, fucking damn, I can't believe this shit's working right now, right? I was like, damn, I can't believe this shit's responding the way I never thought it would go this way. So it's that's how you really look at it in a sense like that. Pot onto the left side. Hi y'all. That's it for leg day 2. I guess stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll be out on the food challenge. I'll be doing that tonight. Yeah. Just keep sticking with it. That's the end of week 1. On to week 2. You guys have a blessed weekend. Stay warm out there wherever you live. Stay safe if you're in the fires. I'll catch you Monday.